Yo, what up, Life for Dominic fam? I'm Dom, and as you can see, it's an empty space on this couch. Truth is, Nick is back home in Ohio filming solo content, as well as I'm filming solo content here. So it's gonna be two couches. You're gonna be seeing like two sets. You're gonna be seeing from now on, because we're gonna be filming solo content as well as our regular Life with Dominic content together and stuff. So yeah, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you will always be notified of him and I videos, as well as the regular Life with Dominic content and everything. And let's get on into this topic. But before we get on into this topic, we're gonna discuss something that everybody's been talking about lately. Everybody. And if you haven't heard this, you must be in Bikini Bottom somewhere or under the sea. So we're going to be discussing the Will, Jada, and Chris Rock incident, the infamous slap, literally. So let's get into it, fam. Not that I excuse what happened, but I feel like, to me, everyone has a breaking point, and I feel like where's their redemption at? Especially when it comes to a black man that does something, and who make a mistake or whatever. It feel like it's never redemption. It's never just like forgiving and just like, okay, we'll give you another chance. Where it's like if it was a white actor or whatever, things would be different. It would be a pat on the back and just lay low for a minute, and then they'll come back around and everything will be back fine. Where it's like with this, everybody's making a big deal out of it. Not just the white folks, but it's even my kind, the black folks, is doing the same thing. And I feel like, to me, they see the bigger picture. I wish everybody can see the bigger picture of it. And excuse the stuff that went down in Will and Jada relationship, okay? Because that's still a relationship. They're still together. They ain't going nowhere, so as far as I know. So that's them, that's their relationship. But I feel like, to me, it's not for other people to make accusations and make a big deal off of it, because I feel like that's them. They fine with it. That's them. But as for the fans, sometimes we can't be so judgmental, especially when we haven't been in a relationship. They have almost a 30-year relationship, almost a 30-long-year relationship. So I feel like, give it the respect that is due. Couples go through problems. Couples go through issues and everything. But I feel like, to me, at the end of the day, they still gonna be united. They still gonna stick together. But as far as what the slap was about, I feel like, to me, he hurted Jada's feelings. I can tell that way she rolled her eyes. And instead of just apologizing, I feel like he should apologize immediately when he did that. But no, he just like, oh, I'll take a joke. I feel like comedians have to learn, it's not always about just getting a laugh. Sometimes you can go too far with certain jokes. It's like, kids should be off limits in jokes, at least certain stuff. And certain stuff about black women, like, I get where everybody's saying, but you have to protect black women during these day and age, because I feel like, to me, honest, black women are the most scrutinized out of all women. Out of all, black women is scrutinized the most, and about their hair and the way they look and stuff like that. And I feel like, to me, to be honest, Chris Rock already had a little kind of go at them before, at the Oscars before, like a few years prior, with the boycott, when Jada and Will was talking about the boycott or whatever, boycotting the Oscars and stuff like that. And then later on, they want to make the Oscars so black. And I feel like, how can I say this? I feel like Chris knew that joke, even when he made the little joke about them at the other Oscars prior. That didn't go over well, and Jada was pissed off about that. How he kind of like made a snide mark at her, and then made a big snide at Will. Like, why would you pick them? Like, even though you made it a joke or whatever, but why did you have to pick them? It was many people in the audience. Why did you make a snide mark? Why did you make a joke about Denzel? Denzel was there. You didn't make a joke about nobody else. You knew you weren't gonna make a joke out of Samuel L. Jackson. You weren't gonna make the jokes out of them. You just made that out of Will because Will was the easiest target that you can pick on because of the state of what Jada has said on the Red Table Talk. So everybody been just talking about it over and over, and I feel like Will wasn't really for it that day. And I feel like, to be honest, he kind of broke. He really, in my opinion, he lost it at that moment because it's like he's tired of people saying like it. People, we should put ourselves in a lot of celebrities' places before we sometimes judge. Because if we were just letting people like talk about us, like even though we doing this to get a little, I'm doing this to get a little fame and to get like adoration and stuff like that too, but nobody wants to get talked about in a bad, a negative way. Nobody wants to be ridiculed all the time and stuff like that. Nobody wants that. That's a lot. It's hard. So I feel like people gotta really watch. You just gotta watch what you say about stars. Like they're human too. They might be, really famous, beautiful people and cool and talented, but they're still human. And I feel like we just got to do better as people to sometimes give people a chance. When they mess up or whatever, give them a chance. People going through stuff. People have a lot they're battling with, a lot of mental issues, a lot of stuff. So I feel like, to me, even though I know a lot of people want to say, well, that's the job, they signed up for that or whatever. When Jada said this or Jada said that or whatever, but it doesn't matter. People can sign up for something they're not signing up for to be ridiculed and everything. People say stuff or whatever, let them say what they're gonna say. They celebrities, they talk about their relationship. That's their relationship. That's their relationship. But it's not for people to just talk about and berate them on and keep talking about the same stuff all the time like that. Like, let it go. When you talk about stuff among yourself, that's among yourself, but just keep publicly talking about it and like rubbing their noses in it. That's not a good thing. Nobody wants that. I know I wouldn't want that at all. And in my opinion, I feel like just because someone laughs at jokes, like I've been hearing a lot of people talk about like, well, he laughed at this and he thought it was funny or whatever beforehand. Just because somebody laughed at stuff doesn't mean that we're okay with the joke. So sometimes we just laugh just to laugh it off or whatever, to act like it don't bother us. But sometimes it does bother us. Like people, even we all know, like it'll been people that have made some uncomfortable jokes and sometimes we laughed it off or whatever. But that don't mean we really liked that joke. That don't mean we really supported that joke. We didn't like that joke, but we just laughed it off just not to make it a big deal or whatever. We just did it like that. But some jokes be cringy. Just like even the other celebrities that he was making jokes was, that don't mean that they liked the joke because they was laughing and stuff like that. People take laughs like oh, like that was so funny. That was, to me, and to be honest, that really wasn't funny. Like even the G.I. Jane, like when he said about Jada because about her bald head or whatever, like that was not funny to me. It really wasn't. That wasn't funny. Like I didn't even get that joke was whack. Like a woman, like you can tell. Jada was uncomfortable about the alopecia, even, but he said that he didn't know about that. He said that he didn't know about that. But still, if you quote unquote, you said that the joke wasn't planned, but I felt like, that's my opinion, but I felt like it was planned, because if you didn't know, when you have looked up to make sure ain't nothing, like you should do a little research before you do it. To me, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like he knew, because it don't matter. Like people saying, oh, she should have wore a wig or whatever. She didn't want people to. Not really. A woman should be able to wear a wig or weave their own hair or bald or however they want to wear their hair, and should not still get made fun of. I can see Jada who had a wig and her hair was sticking straight up, like, and you could be like, well, she could have been looking better or whatever. But even still, like, that's her. Like, you could have picked on somebody else. You knew by making a joke on them. You just did it. It was right in front of you. It was other people you could have made a joke of. You could have made a joke of. It was Spider-Man in the back. It was other stars. You could have made a joke of anything, but you just looked at her and just said, I'm gonna make a joke out of her. And to be honest, I feel like, why would you make a joke out of her when y'all been friends? Him and Jada been friends. They go back. They go way back. I think from Madagascar, the movie. You know, him and Will and Jada go back from Fresh Prince, because Jada started on Fresh Prince as well, but he started on Fresh Prince as well too. So they all know each other. They all have like a repertoire that goes way back. But I feel like, to me, why would you make a big joke or why would you just make that snide remark? Like, you knew that they weren't going to just be laughing and just taking it all like that was the best joke ever, because it really wasn't a good joke though. In my opinion, I didn't even laugh, and I'm just like, G.I. Jane, like, what was that supposed to be about? Like, cause her head bald? Like, really? If you're gonna say a joke, at least make sure it's funny. It was not funny, you know. Like, you can tell that pissed Will off the way he was. When he sat back down after he slapped him, like, and he sat right back down, like, he was fuming, like, furious. Like, people saying, oh, it's because Jada told him to get up there. And like, I don't feel like it was just Jada talking about something, go up there like that. The way he was looking, he sounded like he was off that whole day, even when Laverne Cox was making a joke about the red table talk and the entanglement and stuff like that. Like, that was... I don't even know why would she say, even bring up that. I don't even know why Laverne Cox would even bring up that, to be honest, even with that. I felt like Laverne should have just left that alone, just been like, I love you on Red Table Talk, and just, I love how with the subject you speak about, and just left that alone. Shouldn't even mention the entanglement. Why'd you mention entanglement? He's right there. When you know that was about Jada cheating, like, you mentioned that right in front of him. Like, even when it comes to women, you gotta stop emasculating your men, and to be honest, there's a lot of that in the black women community on that, emasculating your men like that. Like, Jada, she should have never spoke about all the stuff she said about Will and stuff like that. But it is what it is. But everybody else shouldn't just keep going on with it. That's her. That was their marriage. She had the right to talk about it. Will had the right to talk about it. But everybody else don't have to keep going with it. Like, it's not like it's not like fans was talking about it. It's their own peers talking about that, and that's just like, they shouldn't even brought that up. Leave that alone. Drop it. It just, a lot of stuff I probably just, I don't know. I just didn't like how that went down, and when it came to Chris Rock, I just felt like you should have handled that way better. Way better, because there's somebody still, whether she's a good wife, if everybody think, because everybody want to say she's a bad wife or whatever, but good wife or bad wife, that's still his wife, and you have to always still watch what you say to a man's wife. It's just real. A guy could be laughing at it 1 minute and pissed off and just knock your lights out, and it's not that they doing it on purpose, but sometimes people snap. And he been really ridiculed by so many celebrities, 50 Cent, just many celebrities, because of the stuff Jada has said before. But I feel like, to me, why everybody else was just ridiculing him over that? That's him and his marriage. Let them work out their own stuff. I feel like, to be honest, I'm not gonna talk about this too long. I'm gonna put it to a close. So I don't wanna be too long on it. But I just feel like that situation should have been handled better. And then with the Oscars and all that, and the committee talking about that they had Will to leave. You guys never had Will to leave. That was a lie. It was confirmed. Like they said, he was never asked. So why did you guys put that out? Like, you guys are just trying to like cover y'all butts, like, literally. That was just a whole messy debacle, and I just feel like it could have been really avoided if comedians and there's a lot of people watch what you say about somebody, especially you're right in front of them. Like, that's the reason why 50 Cent hasn't gotten into it with someone, because he don't say it in their face. He says it behind his computer. So a lot of stuff he's not saying directly to them. Like, but he said it right in front of Will, and it just, Will snapped. And I feel like, to be honest, I don't feel like it was the best thing to hit him, but he snapped. He made a mistake. People talking about he should apologize right in the moment. Why would he apologize right in the moment? He was still fuming. Sometimes people have to calm down and collect their thoughts and maybe think about what they did and stuff like that. And I can see if it took some days, but he apologized the next day and everything. So if people want to say it's a PR, but a lot of stuff people with celebrities apologize, a lot of that is PR. But they're supposed to protect the celebrity image. So I feel like he apologized. It was what it was. He apologized, and he was like, and Chris at least from what I heard, accepted the apology. So people need to let it go, and I feel like, to me, give him redemption. Let it go. That was his first offense. That like Will have been doing this for years and getting away with it. He did it one time, lose his cool, and everybody turned against him and hating him and burning up his pictures. Like they really throwing a lot of hate just for an incident. I just feel like this stuff need to really be squashed. But yeah, thank you, fam. I love y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to voice my opinion on a platform and stuff, and be ready for some more content. I'm gonna start doing more solo videos every Sunday. Nick's gonna start doing his on Saturday. So yeah, stay tuned. Gonna be a lot more in store for y'all soon. Peace out.